Welcome back, everybody. We now know what police in Washington took from the apartment of Bryan Kohberger, the man accused of killing four college students at the nearby University of Idaho. A newly unsealed warrant shows officers took, among other things, one black glove, the dustbin for a vacuum cleaner, a pillow with a, quote, red brownish stain, a Fire TV stick, and 13 possible hair strands. Now, it was noted that these could be either human or animal hairs. Police in Moscow, Idaho, allege that Kohberger got into the rented off-campus home and killed 4 of the 6 people inside. Authorities laid out multiple damning pieces of evidence against Kohberger in their probable cause affidavit, including linking him to DNA found on a knife sheath left in one of the bedrooms. But what if he took something back with him? After reading the warrant information, many people are wondering if that animal hair could possibly belong to victim Kaylee Goncalves' dog named Murphy. That dog was at the home during the murders, and if a dog hair did make it back to Kohberger's apartment, can experts make any specific determinations?
A lot of the hair that's shed, both from people and from animals, will have a little skin on it, right where it came out. If there's some of that, they can connect it directly to that dog the same as they could with a person. But if there is none, they can still compare the hair to the dog's hair microscopically, and they can rule out, most dogs. They can say, well, they can't identify it as directly coming from that dog, but they can say that that's the exact same kind of hair, which rules out most dogs, but isn't the same thing as having a DNA test that says, yes, this came from this dog.
Okay, so Brian, let's say that the dog hair that was recovered from Kohberger is from the same breed as the dog in the victim's home. Does that mean that the jury is definitely going to hear about this evidence?
Maybe, maybe not. Now, if you're saying same breed, I would say no. It would be like saying, hey, Jesse Webber's accused of killing a woman and she's a redhead and Jesse has red hair on his shirt. I don't think that's enough. But if you can get it down to the specific dog, because I know most people think, oh, it's hair and you can test it, but no, you need the hair follicle or the skin attached to the hair to test. If you could get it to the exact dog, I think that is the nail in the coffin. It's going to be a rough day for Bryan Kohberger, and that probably is going to be one more thing that convicts him. But just a breed, judge might say it's not relevant enough and keep it out of the trial altogether.
Did you do that on purpose? I think you did that on purpose. Yep, okay. It's fine. Terry, you actually took a closer look at the search warrant in general. What else can you tell us about it that we haven't talked about?
Well, the original search warrant doesn't list all of those individual items. It just says generally we have probable cause to look for clothes and to look for any sort of digital information. And they went in there and they found a ton of evidence in his home. They found the digital tower that he worked with on his computer. They found a nitrix type glove, a black glove. As you mentioned, they found hair, some human, some dog hair, and they also found a ton of information as far as receipts are concerned, and they're going to look at those receipts to see if he purchased anything else in connection with that murder. For instance, the murder weapon. They did have in the search warrant a sentence that said any sort of knife, but they didn't find that. So they might still find that knife if they look at all of the evidence that they recovered from that scene.
And we're all getting more information. As the weeks progress, as more information develops, you're seeing how they ultimately honed in on him and why they honed in on him.